Hi there, welcome to Subpar Stitches. My name is Hillary and this is my Flosstube channel. Just to start, if you can see the mess behind me on my desk, let's all collectively pretend that we cannot. Because I did clean my office. My office is almost 100% clean. All the stuff is off the floor. Everything is, furniture-wise, is where it needs to be. But in the process of cleaning the floor, I moved everything that I just was like, I don't want to deal with this right now. That's a problem for future Hillary. I just put it on the desk. So now the desk is a mess. But I do get to work from home Monday and Tuesday. So I know what I'll be doing instead of my job. Just kidding. I'm going to do my job first, boss. But no, I won't have anything to do next week because I've already done it all. So let's hop into the Flosstube. So if you are new here, I do timestamp my videos so you can see, skip around if you want. I also link everything down below in the Dropbox if you are like, if you are hearing, if you hear a pattern or you see a pattern that I say, wow, let's try that again. I link everything that I mention in the video down below in the Dropbox chronologically in the order that it is mentioned. So if you see a pattern on the screen that you like and you want to find where you can buy it, it is linked down below for sure, unless I can't find it, and then it'll say I can't find it. So let's start out with my shout out segment. So this is a person who is like brand new to me in the last month or so. And this is Accounting My Stitches, and I'm not gonna lie, her username, is what drew me to click on her channel because I was just like, oh, is she like into data? Is she like into accounting? Because I love money math. Like I'm somewhat of an accountant myself. I'm not good at accounting. I actually don't know how accounting works, but I do love money math and I love budgets. And so in my head, accounting and budgets, they go hand in hand, right? But I like that her videos are typically, at least the ones that I've seen so far, are around the 30-minute mark or less, which is nice because some Flosstube, I love a long Flosstube, but I don't always have time to sit there for 2 hours and watch a YouTube video, And like, it's not that I don't like a longer Flosstube, but sometimes when I'm like, oh, I've got, 30 minutes here, pop on a Flosstube. I don't like watching part of a video and then coming back to it. I need to watch the whole thing or not at all. And so I like having a collection of people who I watch who have like really long videos and, somewhat more manageable videos. And so her videos are like perfect sweet spot for me. She's very like to the point, and she's like, here's my project. Here's what I stitched it on. Like, here's where I was last time, etc., etc. I really like that. And it was cool because I ended up in a room with her at the Jingle Ball. And it was like right after I had just watched like a couple of her videos. And I was like, hey, I just watched your video. So it was cool that I like got to kind of meet her almost immediately after starting to watch her. So I will have her linked down below. She was working on, I think it's called the Christmas Bell Pull, which is this like crazy long countdown to Christmas bell pull that was released for the Jingle Ball. And so that's kind of the part of the saga of her life that I'm on right now. Moving right along to FFOs. So I have an FFO here with me that I didn't FFO, but I also have an FFO that I did FFO. And if you don't know what FFO means and you're like, please stop saying that, it means fully finished object. So my friends and I, we did a gift exchange, like a stitchy gift exchange. It was Chandria of Chandria Carol, Amity, who organized it from Boomerang Stitches, but she didn't do like the actual exchange. She just passed our names out to everybody. I think she did not want to. She's not a big smalls exchange person, I don't think. And then Erinn from Cozy Town Stitches, and those two are sisters. They're the Hathaway Stitchers. I'm sure you guys know that. Michaela of Cinematic Stitches, and Tara of Wilda Woman Crafts, and then of course me. And it was Chandria's idea. She came up with it, and then Amity organized it all for us, which was really nice. And we all got a random person, and we had to stitch something for them. It didn't have to be Christmas themed. It could be. And then you could put like extras in the box too. So I got Erinn in my exchange partner. And so I'm going to show you guys, I took a little video before I sent it off because last night was when we actually opened all our gifts on camera with each other. So I'm going to cut real quick to a video of that so you guys can see what I made for her and how I finished it. And then I will show you what I got in the exchange as well. So here is what I made for Erinn for our Christmas gift exchange. This is the first time I've ever done like a little stand-up. And we just kind of like built a friendship based off of sending long Furbies to each other. So I went with a Furby theme. I did change the colors on the stomach and the color of the Furby itself. I can't remember who the pattern is by, but I'll have it linked down below. I got it off of Etsy. It was originally green, and I just changed it to pink because I know she likes a bright pink. And then I had this fabric. It's kind of, I mean, it's a little wonky, but it was made with love, so I hope that she likes it. It's my first time ever doing it. This is on 32 count, 36 count, I think 32 count stone linen. Probably by Fibrominal Whim. If it's not, I will put it on the screen. And then I made the cording myself with 3804. And then we all, I think everybody's going to put some like little extras in. So I got a few Furby themed extras. So I got all of the first 4 extras are from the same shop. So I got her this sticker that says Unbothered. This one that says The Pain Only Makes Me Stronger. I got this. This is like a magnet, and they like jostle around, and I just thought they were so cute. And then the same kind of Furbies, but this is a bracelet. So you can see there's like a bunch of different types of Furbies on there. And then I saw this and I couldn't resist, so I had to throw it in, but it is the world's smallest Furby. And apparently it actually works. I don't know, but I thought it would be fun. And then I also grabbed a pack of gum because it's like kind of an inside joke in our friends group that this is like literally how we met. Was Erinn gave me a basically soggy piece of gum, and so I thought I'd throw a pack of gum in there as well. So I think Erinn really liked what I made for her. I had changed the color because it was originally green, but I know that Erinn really likes fun, bright pinks. And it was my first time ever doing a standee finish, and I was really nervous about it. I wish that I had gotten the curvature and like the sides of it a little bit more uniform, but I still think it turned out pretty good for my first time. And I was actually surprisingly really happy with my finish. And then I just got her a bunch of like extra Furby stuff because we're on that long Furby train till we die. I don't know. But then I got a package from Canada. And it was from Michaela of Cinematic Stitches. She blew it away, okay? So I got to show you guys. First of all, I'm like 100% sure she made this bag because I'm pretty sure she sews. But it was in this, it says like, I want to believe. It's got aliens, it's got planets because she knows I'm a big X-Files freak. It's like a drawstring, which this is like the perfect size for like a knit sock pattern. So perfect. And then you open it up and I'll show you the extras first. So first she got me these Shrek mints. It says Swamp Greetings and Shrek the Halls. Or they're not mints, they're sour green apple holiday candy. But I love Shrek, so, you know. And then she got me 3 hand-dyed by Rolandas. These colors go so well together. Like they're like very Julie tone. So this one is called Aurora, and it's purple and green and kind of like a magenta. And then this one is Huckleberry, which is a really like nice dusty red. And then this one looks like either fall leaves or fire, and it's called One of a Kind. And it's just like orange, red, yellow gradient. And I have been using a hand-dyed by Rolanda for Squirrels of Sumatra, and I really, really like it. And so it's nice to have more. I'm pretty sure this is a Canadian brand, so I can't really, you know, easily buy this kind of stuff anymore because I'm not paying the duties. I'm not doing it. And then for the actual stitched piece, she made me this ornament. So I'm going to show you the back first because she used the same fabric to back it as she did for the drawstring bag. And then look at this. So it's got Shrek being abducted. Like, she charted a petite point, a 1/1 Shrek, instead of like the little guy that was originally there. And then the white, red, and yellow are all étoile. I know it's like impossible to pick up on camera, but I am just so obsessed with that Shrek. I am going to hang it on one of my knobs over here, and just so that I can always have it to look at, because like that, I'm dead. Like, she captured the swamp essence perfectly. So those are all the FFOs. So let's move into FOs, or finished objects. I actually have 3. They're all relatively small. And the first one that I have is the 2022 Prairie Schooler Santa. This was one of my weekend new starts, and I ended up finishing it. I had worked on it at the Jingle Ball, which I really enjoyed. I had a great time. I won't go too in depth because I really just stitched with my friends, and that was pretty much it. But I stitched this on 18 count putty khaki, is it DeVos or Davos? I think it's DeVos, I don't know. Ada by Witchell, which I believe is the called for. Then I used DMC, which is also the called for. And this is the very polarizing Prairie Schooler Santa, where it uses the special effects for the lights here. And some people loved it, some people hated it. I love special effects threads, so I loved it. I'm trying to collect all of the Prairie Schooler Santa patterns on the original cards, and I have a good chunk of, I probably have like maybe half of them at this point, and I have a couple more in the mail on their way to me, because Michaela found a couple for me, which was really cool of her. But I was like, okay, I'm collecting these, I should probably start stitching them at some point. So I figured, why not start at the Jingle Ball? And I love the little guy in his hand. He's so cute. And it says Arctic Lights. It was a pretty easy stitch, very color blocky, you know, pretty easy to stitch up. Only thing is, I ran out of the gray when I was almost done. It was like the last thing I had to do. And so the next morning, so Saturday morning, I was like, Rob, we have to go to Michael's. Well, I was like, I'm going to go to Michael's to get this so that I can finish this up. And he was like, oh, I'll drive you. And then I'm glad he did, because it was kind of snowstormy out and I was not living for that. But yeah, quick 2-day project. Definitely will be stitching another one of these soon. Maybe I'll start another one on Christmas. My next finish is one that I actually charted myself, and I was almost done with it, so I just like took it to work. I was like, you gotta just finish this, okay? Because I want to fully finish it, and I gotta figure out how I'm going to do that. And this is called Tamagotchi, because I don't know, I drafted it myself. I don't know what to tell you. I stitched it on 28 count even weave, and I just used DMC, and it's like a front and a back, and I want to, like, you know, sew it together like a Tamagotchi and stuff it and turn it into a keychain, because I have this bag that's coming soon that I think it would look cute on. But the Tamagotchi, like the gray and the black, it's petite point, it's 1/1, because I wanted it to look really pixelated, but my God, was that a lot of 1/1. But the effect was worth it, I think. And I just did my favorite Tamagotchi colorway. I made a pattern for this, so maybe I'll like make like one of those websites where you can give patterns away for free and you guys can just download it if you want. I don't know if you're going to want to do that much 1/1. I guess you could fill it with just regular stitches and then backstitch your Tamagotchi. I charted like 5 or 6 different Tamagotchi guys too, so like I would release all those to you guys if you wanted. So let me know down in the comments if you're interested in having this as a pattern once I figure out how to like FFO it, and then I can make a PDF and like let you guys just have it, because I think it's cute. And then my last one was my other new start, because I always have at least 2 new weekly starts between videos. And this one's called ABC of Cowboy by Fairy Wool in the Woods. And what did I stitch this on? 18 count Sand Ada by Zweigart. I just used DMC. It was really quick to stitch up, another like 2-day stitch up, but a lot of colors. So here is what it looks like. I thought it was really precious. I love a cowboy motif, It took me until halfway through stitching it that I was like, I thought it was like 2 moons. I was like, why are there 2 moons? And then I realized like, this is him in the day and this is him at night. So yeah, that was dumb of me. But in a bag somewhere, this is glossy. What am I doing? So I'll probably finish it similar to the pattern. It came with this little horse charm, so I can do something similar to that. But I just thought it was really cute. They have other like ABC of patterns. But I think this was really the only one that caught my eye, and I really just am not in the mood to stitch another alphabet. So, not a big alphabet stitcher. I don't know, you know, some people really love stitching the alphabet. I can't get on their level. I just can't do it. So we're going to skip new starts because I finished both of my new starts and hop into whips or works in progress. And I really prioritized my Colors of Mexico by Jan Hicks because this was one of my last Whip Go calls of the year. This is stitched on a 40 count cloud break, and that is by Roxy Flossco. And I'm using Roxy Flossco floss as well because I did a conversion while I was at Stitch North last year. And I needed 4,000 stitches in December on this to be done with that Whip Go call, and I got it. And that means I am freed from the shackles of Whip Go. I mean, I'm glad I did Whip Go, but it's going to be nice to just be able to work on a lot of other stuff now. And I hit the bottom finally, so I was able to cut off the excess fabric. So here is what it looks like. It's hard to get it all in frame and keep the color, but this is pretty much the bottom. I think there's like a little bit like below this when you get to the Bargello part, but yeah, I kind of got a good look of like how big it's going to be and all that, which I love to see. Oh, also, when I did my color conversion, I was really uncertain about how this brown looked up here, but then I got to use more of it down here and in this one as well. And I decided I do like it. I will be keeping it. I'm not going to rip it out. I think I made a pretty decent choice. So just really like all the colors on this. I feel like Jan Hicks does a lot of like fun, colorful stuff, and I never would have even guessed. Like, I don't know, I just never really knew until I saw her, there was another pattern that I did, which I forgot the name of, but I entered it into the state fair, and I was really excited about the pattern, and I did not even place, so. My other Whip Go call was Epic Pokemon Generation 1 by Lord Libidin. And I also got to the bottom of this, and I also cut the excess fabric off of this. I needed 3,000, I think, stitches on this, but I'm doing 1,600 minimum a week. I did 1,800 last week, and I did almost 2,000 this week so far, so blew that goal out of the water. I forgot that this is over 400 stitches high. 400 stitches tall, and so when I was like scrolling to the bottom on Pattern Keeper to hit the bottom there, I was kind of amazed. So let's do a slow roll here. Can I reach that high? I can't. There we go. So this is the area where I've been predominantly working in right now. I've been taking it out of the hoop after every week now because I'm kind of like debating on going back and forth between working this way and then coming up here and working down, just so that it might be nice to change it up, so keep it kind of fresh. But we are officially at like 40,400 stitches remaining, and at my current trajectory, I should be able to finish in May of 2026. Over the Christmas break holiday, I will be putting, I think, a lot of efforts into this to really just give myself a boost for next year. I really like rolling it up into this tube and then swinging it around like a baton. I don't know why I rolled it up, because I got to unroll it and take a picture, so. And then at some point, I decided to work on Cicada Season, which is by Boomerang Stitches. This was from that bookmark box collab, and I got literally 76 stitches in to the wing here. And then I was like, screw this, I'm done for now, because I'm using a DMC special effects, and this thread is essentially just like plasticky feeling. It's very crunchy. I was like getting frazzled, and I just kept knotting the thread, and so I was just like, I give up. I'm not doing this right now. I will do this one again when I'm calmer. I'm definitely paying for my hubris with that one. And then yesterday I brought this as my work project. This is Snow Angel by Rebel Stitcher, and I have pretty much got this one done, except I ran out of floss while I was at work, and I have, let me see, I counted. I have 156 stitches left to do, but I need to order more of that light blue. I believe it's like Blueberry Tart. It's the Nipple Yeti, and I just have to finish filling in his little snow angel here. So my biggest regret with this one is I just grabbed a fabric that I was like, this will look fine with it, and I didn't really check the count. This was like a mystery cut from Bestitch Me when they do those like kind of small off-cut bundles, and I just never bothered to measure it. Turns out it's a 28 count. And in this house, we don't have 2/2 on 28 count fancy floss money, okay? I mean, we do, but like, I don't want to be doing that. That just feels wasteful. So I was doing 2/2 on 28 count, and I ran out of the white. And then I bought a second skein, and I feel like you can definitely see right here, right here is where I ran out. And the first skein was a lot more yellowy dyed, and then the second skein was like way less yellowy dyed. So I feel like maybe I'm just overthinking it and no one's gonna notice, but I was annoyed about that, which that's my own fault because, you know, fancy floss dye lots definitely have way more differences than DMC. And so now I'm worried about the Blueberry Tart or whatever it is, how that's gonna look on this side, but we'll see. And then I was just like, as I was doing it, I was like, what am I going to do with this? Like, I don't want to frame this. It's too big for, like, a soft finish. I mean, I guess it's not, but, like, I don't know. I don't want it a pillow. I was like, what am I going to do? And then I was like, I should turn this into a project bag. Like, use it as, like, a applique or whatever on a project bag for, like, winter projects. And so I was like, then I started thinking of other projects where I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. I just wanted to finish it. And I'm like, oh, I have plenty of ones that I can turn into a project bag. So I gotta find like a good pattern for that kind of style of bag, and then I will probably turn this into a project bag someday. And then my last whip, which I worked on today, it really stressed me out. Everything stuck to it. Well, wouldn't you know it? This is Beekeeper House by Pansy Patch Quilts. And this was a sal that I started with my friends when we were at Stitch North last year. And we all chose a different house. There's like, I think there's like 36 in the series so far. But I was having quite the time with this. So this is being stitched on 36 count Speculoos by Roxy Floss Co. And I'm using a combination of DMC and Roxy Floss Co. floss. I just subbed in 3 Roxy Floss Co. for like the 3 biggest colors on this one. So the last time you guys saw it, it just had the house. You can see I barely added anything because here's what happened. So first of all, this is like the butterfly here, half a stitch off. But I was like, that's fine. I don't care that much. I'll just count off of like the house to come up here. So I come up and I start putting in the green vining for the border. And I like lost a couple needles in the process. I just kept dropping them. I couldn't find them. And then I lost a couple more needles. So I lost 4 needles in total today. Like, I don't know how. And then I got like all of this vining in. And then I realized I was off. And I was so annoyed. I was like, I'm not going to unpick it. I'm just going to rip it all out. So I just floss ripped it because it's just DMC. And I was like, I'll just, whatever, it's fine. Go to put it in a second time, mess up again, and I like kept knotting my thread in the process. I was just like, I'm so done. So I got like, I don't know, like 180 stitches in today, and then I was just like, you know what? This is not the move. So I was like, maybe I should work on this more tonight, but you know, I think I'm just not gonna work on this tonight. I might either play some video games, or I've been playing the new Katamari game on the computer, or I will work on my new start for the week. But I want to get this done. And I really, like, the house was like the most dense part, so I don't really have too much more to go. So as far as other crafts go, I really only worked on my Japanese video game scarf, and I don't think I got too much further on it than last time. I need to put like a stitch marker on it so you guys can see like the progress, but I'm speaking of Katamari, like this, that's what this is. And I am really enjoying the double knitting. I just need to like look up some process on how to better hold the yarn, because I feel like that's really what's slowing me down in this whole process. There's got to be a better way. But I'm coming up on Miso here, which Miso is the cousin that his head is a bowl of soup, miso soup, and he's my favorite cousin, so, because I just am a soup girly. But I'm still only on page 2 of the pattern. There's like 8 or 9 patterns, so it is very slow going for me, and I need to like pick up the pace, like learn some better technique. So if anybody has any recommendations on ways to stitch, like knit double knitting or anything like that, I'm open. My ears are open to that. Next, I just have a smidge of haul, and it was all just Jingle Ball stuff. So I bought 4 patterns. Well, one of them was like a set of patterns, but I bought from Hands On Design, I bought the Christmas bug, which I thought was just a really pretty design, and I love a bug. So I really wanted to stitch that. I saw somebody already like stitched and finished it. And then from Lindy Stitches, I can't remember the name exactly. I think this was Merry Manatee. And I got this one, I liked the finish of it, but also because my husband really likes manatees and like goofy animals. So I thought that one was really cute. I can't remember if it's called Christmas Capybara or not, but it is a Christmas Capybara. So I got that one. And then there was this Australian Christmas set, and I like don't have any deep ties to Australia, but I just really loved that this kiwi bird was grilling on the barbecue. Like, he's not grilling, like his body's not grilling. He's the one who's actively the grill master. So I really thought that one was cute, and that was like, I gotta stitch that one, but I'll probably stitch the others as well. And that's all I got for haul. I'm hoping to get a 123 Stitch gift card for Christmas so that I can haul a little more. And then I have, as far as plans, I've got some Flosstube extras kind of coming down the pipeline. I want to film while I'm on my Christmas break. So I want to do like a 2025 stats / 2026 plans video. I'd like to do a whip parade, and I'd like to do, once I get this desk cleaned off, a little craft room tour. So I hope you guys are interested in that. And then as far as new starts go, I think, yeah, today I'm gonna start my new start early. And this is called Haters by Shitpost Samplers. And it says like, haters will hear me crawling in the vents. Like, I can finish this in the weekend, I'm sure. So, but I just thought it was funny. I like Shitpost Samplers a lot. And then next week, I plan to start Alice in Wonderland by Owl Forest Embroidery. And that is my final new start planned for 2025, which means I will have completed my goal of starting one new start every week in the year of 2025. And there's 2 versions to this. So you can do like, there's like the full color, like multicolor one. And then there's like a tricolor one, which is the one I'm doing because it's like gray, red, and white, I believe. And I bought the floss pack for that. So I will be doing it tricolor because I thought it looked really cool. Like a, suit of like the cards, deck of face cards. I have the brain scramblies right now. So looks like a set of cards. So that is going to be it from me. You'll probably see a couple Flosstube extras, and then I don't think my next Flosstube will go up until next year because I do it every 2 weeks. So I hope you guys are enjoying your time stitching or whatever you're doing, and I hope you guys enjoy whatever holidays you are or are not celebrating. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.